There are a bunch of really important hot button issues that are making headlines today. And these are things that could affect nearly every American. And we wanted to go through some of them to get your opinion. So let's begin here. House Republicans unveiled their proposed budget, and they want to raise the Social Security retirement age. It would tie the age of eligibility to life expectancy, also lowering benefits for the highest earning beneficiaries. They say these changes would help prevent Social Security from running out of money. But is this unfair to those who have been paying in and expecting to retire at a certain age? I know a lot of you watching right now, this is hitting close to home. What would you say, Al? You're shaking your head.
I mean, just even the word expecting kind of bothers me, because you can say I'm expecting it not to rain this afternoon. No, we were told this was a deal. You work, we take money out of your check that you have no control over, and we will pay you back as a group so you can live the rest of your life, because Social Security keeps 2/3 to almost a half of elderly people out of poverty, out of eating cat food. So the fact that this is happening, and they're just saying, it's just a change, we're not taking it away, we're just raising. Am I guaranteed to live that long? Those years with your grandkids are why you work. So I really think it's egregious.
And just so you guys know, neither Biden nor Trump is in favor of that. You know it's a bad idea when Trump or Biden doesn't agree with it. And at some point, I just have to say, this is your money. They took your money for you to save it, and now they're saying you can't have it for later. So,
and you can't have it back.
And you can never have it back. So how much are you going to punish the workforce that we are trying to invest in? And let me just say, if you're trying to lose a political rally or run, go on this. Vote on this, because no one will go and support you. This is a losing issue.
All right, well said. Let's get to this other hot button issue. It is abortion. For months, people have been speculating what stance Trump is going to take on a national abortion ban. Well, he is floating a position on the topic. Here's what he said on a radio show earlier this week.
The number of weeks now, people are agreeing on 15, and I'm thinking in terms of that, even hardliners are agreeing, seems to be 15 weeks, seems to be a number that people are agreeing at. But I'll make that announcement at the appropriate time.
So is a 15-week national abortion ban a good or bad position for Trump? Erica.
Well, first of all, before I give my point, I think you make a very interesting point yourself, Sam, so why don't we start with that?
Well, I was just shocked because this is Roe v. Wade. What he's floating around is Roe v. Wade. Before, the whole myth or disinformation that people were getting abortions at 9 months is not true. Those were people where the fetus was dead and the mother was in peril. So let's take that is disinformation, and let's look at Roe v. Wade. There is exceptions it was actually 13 weeks prior in most states. Of course, there is other states, state by state, that you could change that, but 13 weeks, you could not have an abortion after 13 weeks. Also, exceptions for the mother's health, like Trump is saying. Rape, incest, like Trump is saying. So good on Trump, because I'm pro-choice, but at the same time, this is Roe v. Wade.
Right.
This is the exact same thing.
So I don't say good on Trump, because essentially we're being repackaged something in order for someone else to take credit for it. And what are we having to accept along with this package? So this is, it's brilliant in terms of a political strategy, because everyone was up in arms about Roe v. Wade, regardless of what where you stood on the issue. However, we already had this implemented for all of these logical reasons, and now we're being told that, okay, well, this is how we can go about the Roe v. Wade 2.0. It's kind of like someone allocating, like, okay, yes, we're going to give you X amount of dollars for working for the year. Then all of a sudden, we're not giving you those X amount of dollars. We're going to take that away. And then when people are up in arms about it, they're like, okay, we're going to give you back those X amount of dollars, but also we're going to require someone to live with you. We're going to require you to work extra time. So I don't want people to be
fooled.
Exactly.
Conned or grifted.
Exactly.
Is the words I'd use. As I'm going through puberty.
Here's another issue. Electric vehicles. The Biden administration unveiled new regulations that would ensure the majority of new cars and trucks sold in America are all electric or hybrids by 2032. Right now, about 7.5% of new cars are electric. So this would be a huge increase in 8 years. Do you think, Jeff, that this is a winning issue for Biden, or will it hurt him?
I think it's a losing issue. Yeah, definitely. That's unattainable in 8 years. And everyone wants to talk about the carbon footprints and Green New Deals. They don't even know what that means. First of all, if we're abiding by these rules, so does the rest of the world. We share the world. And if people are building coal stacks, dumping things into the ocean, have billions of people in their population, it doesn't matter what we do. We could get rid of all gas cars, but man, what's the word I'm looking for? Alien. Why do I keep forgetting that?
know that. We've been together a long
We had a show earlier and I forgot it as well. Yes, so you're alienating all the gas companies, right? You're in the car industry. Those are big-time voters, right, that are on the working lines. Right, again, so it goes back to Social
But they
Security.
could be on the forefront, and there is the Paris Climate
Listen, I'm
Agreement.
all for it. I'm all for
know.
it, but I don't need to know that you need to jam it down my throat, and in 8 years this is where we need to be when the whole world's not responding to this deal as well.
Okay, and lastly, another big campaign issue, student loan debt relief. Biden announced another round for giving about $5.8 billion in student loan debt for nearly 78,000 public sector workers. So that would include teachers, nurses, firefighters. But is this fair to all the people who have been paying their student loans? That's what many of you are asking. What would you say to that?
I would say we're starting the question erroneously by using the word fair. We all signed up for a deal, but the interest payments have ballooned on people. That's why people that I have a friend that went to UCLA. He's about 65 now, and it was $5,000. $5,000. Now I think the average is $20,000. I was listening to something this morning before I even knew we were doing the story. The average is $20,000. And I was talking to my ex-wife the other day because my kids are about to go to college, and now they're saying they're going to make you pay for your first year of college without any loans. And that's what we were talking about off air, about them kind of getting the proletariat and the regular working folks out of the college market.
I'm more into that. I'm more into not having interest on your loan.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair for people who are creeping up on Social Security to have that pulled out from under them. And as well as they paid for their college education. I don't think you should be able to. I don't like the interest loan, that you come out in debt and you're never going to pay it off if you just pay the minimum amount. I'm for not paying off all their student loans, just giving them something. You get a credit. You don't have to pay your thing off for 25 years with no interest. You have 25 years to pay it off.
That's, yeah.
All right,
I think that's very fair.
Great conversations.